All right, so here we are at the Hooksett Pinnacle. I'm Jeff.
I'm not Jeff.
You'll figure out who he is later. So we're gonna check out the Hooksett Pinnacle today. So we'll take you along for the journey, show you some things, all right? Maybe you'll learn something. I don't know. We'll see. All right, we're hiking up the Hooksett Pinnacle here. We'll check out the trail. So we've actually hiked this one a few times. It's not that difficult. It doesn't take too long, 10 or 15 minutes. It's pretty simple. You get a lot of people that come here, like walk their dogs and stuff. So sometimes you'll see some poop on the trail, so don't step in the poop. One other thing we were thinking about, since Keith here looking for a new place to live.
You know it. We
found a few, I guess you could call them like studio apartments maybe, that we're gonna have him check out and see which one he's gonna go for. So I know some of you might watch House Hunters, and we'll see.
They better be waterfront.
Well, there is a pond out here. So this whole area at one point was kind of like a park, kind of the place to be in Hooksett. There was like a petting zoo here. There was a hotel. Once we get up to the top, I'll show you, where the hotel was. Just like most of the things in this area, they burned down at some point. And then there was also at the top here a big lookout tower, 6-story wooden lookout tower that was built. It's not there anymore. It was dismantled, I think, in like 1923. But people would come from all over to this area, hang out. They like deer in the petting zoo, other animals, monkeys too. So we're gonna go to the left here towards the top, and then on the way back we'll go the other way. There's a cool little like lookout. So sometimes you see other people on here walking dogs, families. How you doing?
All right, how are you?
Good.
There's a ditch I can bury in.
Yeah, there's a hole. So here's where you, I'll let you choose. Right, so you can go this way, up the nice steep, or you can go this way.
Oh, choose your own adventure.
Yes.
I like that.
But choose wisely.
Let's go with certain doom over this.
All right. Certain doom it is. Oh, he's going for it.
No dragons.
Not yet. All right, so now you get a couple of different ways to go. You can go, that way goes towards the pond. And this way, it's a little bit steeper. It goes up more towards the summit. So we're gonna keep heading up this way. So back in the day, if you wanted to come visit Pinnacle Park, it would cost you like 10 cents to get in. So you had access to the grounds, the petting zoo, right, all that stuff. If I'm breathing heavy, it's because I'm out of shape.
Definitely a nice workout.
Yeah, it gets pretty steep here.
So this week I'm finding Bigfoot. We still haven't found him yet.
Do you think we'll ever find Bigfoot?
Of course, that's why we got this show. Oh yeah, you can tell this is where all the cool kids came to drink their whiskey and take their marijuanas
No, this is where they would come and read poetry.
while taking their marijuanas.
And maybe blow some boogies. Because that's gross. So interestingly,
Is this like a trail?
yeah. The bigger trail is off to the right. Down here. It's like an old access road. So here we are. We're gonna pause for 1 minute so Keith can check out house number 1. So here we are at house number 1. It's a beautiful, we'll call it a studio. We'll get you down in here. All right, check that out. You get a nice view of a uprooted tree, some dead sticks, some pine needles, a couple of rocks.
Definitely a few extra roommates in there that I probably wouldn't care for.
So check it out. I mean, it's all natural. Now, since this is House Hunters, every time you look at a house, you have to say, "Oh, this is nice. I really like this. This is nice."
I don't know if it's in my budget though.
Well, it is pretty pricey. So we'll see.
I mean, the all-natural wood floor is a little bit out of my price range.
So house number 1 we'll call the Stump House. All right. All right, we're back on the road, back on the trail. I don't know if you guys know this, but Keith is actually part Hobbit. So
Well, I'm only a quarter hobbit.
he's a quarter Hobbit, which
That's why I'm vertically challenged.
yeah, exactly. So he does feel quite at home here in the woods.
And I do love 11s.
I just don't know what type of Hobbit he is. Is he whiny Frodo?
Thinking more Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah. So we're almost at the top. You can see like how steep it does get over here. All right. And I don't know if you can hear it. Shh. You can hear the highway right over there.
Nothing says nature like the highway.
Exactly. Just want to get away from it all and listen to cars go by. You know, but of course, before this highway was built, this is a pretty cool place to come hang out, spend the day, hike up here, go up to the tower. And then you could take a look at, once we get up, you see the view of all of like the village of Hooksett, or the town of Hooksett now. And I don't know if you've noticed, but you know, the key to any successful hike is having Keith, but also having a monster can of, what is that, Arizona iced tea?
Yes.
Yeah. Not sponsored at all, but
Not yet.
but you know, gotta get that energy somehow. Might as well be Arizona iced tea. All right, so here we are. This is the top, the very tippity top. We're at about 480 feet. All right, and if you look out You can see the view. A couple trees in the way, but I'll come closer. Yeah. All right, so we're a little bit closer to the edge now, and you can see down there. You can see the railroad bridge, which is still active. It brings coal up to the power plant in Bow to the north. You can see the old Hooksett town hall down there. And then down, I mean, where these trees are is where the old hotel used to be, the Hooksett Pinnacle. And then down there is Roby's, which is the general store, still active. It's a stop for political candidates every time they're campaigning, so that could be another place that we could potentially do a video. You can't see it now, but up in this area there was an old brickyard, the head brickyard, which actually made a lot of the bricks for the Manchester mills. It's no longer there. There was a mill over in this area, the Dundee Mills. It was like cloth, textiles and stuff. That's no longer there. One other thing worth noting here is you can see way off in the distance here, that big building is the, right now it's apartment building, so it's Mount St. Mary Apartments, but previously it was Mount St. Mary College, which was an all-women's college. Eventually it was bought by New Hampshire College, which is now Southern New Hampshire University, and it was basically became their northern campus for a while, until they went to university status and sold a building. Now it's apartments. The library right next to it is now the Hooksett Public Library, and there's a couple of the buildings that still exist over there. One's a private residence, one's a daycare. They tore the old dorms down, but you know, it's still pretty cool. Some nice luxury apartments. So one other interesting thing here, as we stand up here and take a look at the beautiful view here that is the Pinnacle, you know, down at the Merrimack River that you can see. The Pinnacle had a pretty famous visitor. Do you know who that visitor was? It was none other than Henry David Thoreau.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. All right, and Henry David Thoreau, in I think it was 1839, right, came up here, and he wrote about his journey from Massachusetts up through the White Mountains in his A Week on the Concord and Merrimack Rivers. And he said that this area here is a scene of rare beauty and completeness, which the traveler should take plans to behold. What do you think of that?
It's so beautiful.
It's breathtaking. All right, so we're making our way up to another potential house for Keith here. So I don't know, were you feeling the first one?
It's a little cramped for my liking.
Yeah, this one's a little more roomy. If you take a look at this one, all right, it's a little more spacious. So you can almost stand up in there, and if you look,
yeah, like I can put like my 5-foot plasma over here.
Yeah, look at that. You got, so in here you've got you got like a bench that you could sit on. There's, I guess use that to be some closet space. You know,
it comes fully furnished. This is nice.
Look at these natural beams. This is beautiful. So if you want to check it out,
yeah,
see how you feel about it. You know, does it feel like a home?
The front's a little open, but I feel like we could fix that.
That's easy. You drop a little bit into renovation. It's a little bit of a
fixer-upper, but it's doable.
Yeah. So we'll check in after and see, you know, what Keith's final decision will be. So one of the perks here of house number 2 is this beautiful rustic bench. I mean, look at that. It's right here.
Right on the front porch area.
Yeah, basically right in your front yard. You could sit here and down here.
Yeah, you know, listen to all those motorcycles and cars whiz by.
You get a nice view. Look at that.
Nothing says serenity like cars whizzing by.
All right, so now that you've seen both potential houses, all right, and just to recap, we had house number 1. It was the stump house.
Yep.
It was a little small, all right? And
Small
house
and pricey.
Yes, yeah. Maybe a little bit out of your price range, but I think we can figure it out. And then we had house number 2, which was the fixer-upper. A little bit more spacious.
I mean, it doesn't have my must-haves of the waterside view, but
It did have that bench.
it did have the bench. The bench is definitely a good selling point.
So have you made your final decision?
I think I have.
And what'll it be?
I'm gonna go with the fixer-upper.
All right, house number 2, the fixer-upper. Beautiful. All right, thanks for joining us here at the Hooksett Pinnacle, the Pinnacle Trail. If you like what you saw, you don't have to smash the like button.
Not with that attitude.
I mean, just click it if you want. That's fine.
Make sure you subscribe, and then join us next time as we go somewhere else.